And it came to be, when the entire nation had completely passed over the Yarden, that Yahuwah spoke to Yehoshua, saying, "Take for yourselves 12 men from the people, one man from every tribe, and command them, saying, Take for yourselves 12 stones from here, out of the midst of the Yarden, from the place where the priest's feet stood firm, and you shall bring them with you, and leave them in the camp in which you spend the night." And Yehoshua called the 12 men whom he had appointed from the children of Yisrael, one man from every tribe. And Yehoshua said to them, "Pass over before the ark of Yahuwah, your Elohim, into the midst of the Yarden, and each one of you take up a stone on his shoulder, according to the number of the tribes of the children of Yisrael, so that this shall be a sign in your midst when your children ask in time to come, saying, What do these stones mean to you? Then you shall answer them, that the waters of the Yarden were cut off before the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah. When it passed over the Yarden, the waters of the Yarden were cut off. And these stones shall be for a remembrance to the children of Yisrael forever. And the children of Yisrael did so, as Yehoshua commanded, and took up 12 stones from the midst of the Yarden, as Yahuwah had spoken to Yehoshua, according to the number of the tribes of the children of Yisrael, and took them over with them to their camp, and laid them down there. Yehoshua also set up 12 stones in the midst of the Yarden, in the place where the feet of the priests who bore the ark of the covenant stood. And they are there to this day. And the priests who bore the ark stood in the midst of the Yarden until every matter was finished that Yahuwah had commanded Yehoshua to speak to the people, according to all that Moshe had commanded Yehoshua. And the people hastened and passed over. And it came to be, when all the people had completely passed over, that the ark of Yahuwah and the priests passed over in the presence of the people. And the sons of Reuben and the sons of Gad and half the tribe of Manasseh passed over in fives before the children of Yisrael, as Moshe had spoken to them. About 40,000 armed ones of the army passed over before Yahuwah for battle, to the desert plains of Jericho. On that day, Yahuwah made Yehoshua great before the eyes of all Yisrael, and they feared him as they had feared Moshe all the days of his life. And Yahuwah spoke to Yehoshua, saying, "Command the priests who bear the ark of the witness, and let them come up from the Yarden." And Yehoshua commanded the priest, saying, "Come up from the Yarden." And it came to be, when the priests who bore the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah had come from the midst of the Yarden, and the soles of the priests' feet touched the dry land, that the waters of the Yarden returned to their place, and flowed over all its banks as before. And the people came up from the Yarden on the 10th day of the first new moon, and they camped in Gilgal on the east border of Jericho. And those 12 stones which they took out of the Yarden, Yehoshua set up in Gilgal. And he said to the children of Yisrael, saying, "When your children ask their fathers in time to come, saying, 'What are these stones?' then you shall let your children know, saying, 'Yisrael passed over this Yarden on dry land.' For Yahuwah, your Elohim, dried up the waters of the Yarden before you until you had passed over, as Yahuwah, your Elohim, did to the sea of reeds, which he dried up before us until we had passed over, so that all the peoples of the earth shall know the hand of Yahuwah, that it is strong, so that you shall fear Yahuwah, your Elohim, forever.